Welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear or favor. The opposition New Patriotic Party has rejected the High Court's conviction and 20-year prison sentence imposed on its Ashanti Regional Chair Bernard Entry Boesiakon, known as Chema Wontumi, describing the judgment as fundamentally flawed and vowing to challenge it at the Court of Appeal. Addressing a press conference in Accra, the General Secretary of the party, Justin Frimpong Kodua, said although the New Patriotic Party respected the authority and independence of the judiciary, it strongly disagreed with the court decision and believed the conviction could not be sustained on the evidence presented during the trial. The High Court earlier on Monday sentenced Chema Wontumi to 20 years imprisonment after finding him guilty in a case relating to illegal mining activity in Samaboy. Mr. Kodua said the Constitution guaranteed every citizen the right to challenge court decision through the appellate process, stressing that the party will pursue every legal avenue. The NPP General Secretary argued that the prosecution failed to establish essential elements of the offense for which Chema Wontumi was convicted. According to him, it was common ground throughout the trial that the Ashanti Regional Chair had lawfully acquired his mineral concession. He maintained that the key issue before the court was whether the concession had been unlawfully assigned or transferred, insisting that no evidence was presented to prove such a transfer. He added that the prosecution failed to produce evidence demonstrating that Chema Wontumi had assigned or transferred his mineral rights. Instead, he argued that the conviction was based on assumptions and inferences in which the party's view did not satisfy the criminal standard of proof beyond reasonable doubt. The NPP retreated that a decision should not be interpreted as rejection of the judiciary, rather as an exercise of constitutional rights. The party said it remained committed to constitutional democracy and due process, expressing confidence that the appellate court would review the judgment based on the law. So, yesterday, Chairman Wontumi was sentenced to 20 years imprisonment, and that has to do with his company, which is the Akunta Mining, being involved in illegal mining. And this issue started way back in 2023 during their own administration. And the then Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel Abu-Jinapor, revealed that Chairman Wontumi, who owned the Akunta Mining, was engaging in illegal mining. But then the then president, Nana Akufo-Addo, debunked those claims. And then he said they were false. It was not true. But then yesterday, we had a good news. For me, it was a good news that Chema Wontumi was being jailed 20 years. This is because the issue of illegal mining is not an issue that should be taken slightly. It's not an issue that we need to sip water and then go back to sleep. When we wake up, we talk about the issue, and then within a second, the issue dies out, and then the next minute we are on it. No. This is an issue that needs to be dealt with aggressiveness. That is because we've lost a lot of lives. Uncountable lives have been lost as a result of illegal mining. And if we want to mention by names people who lost their lives during this whole issue of illegal mining, it's a lot. We can even pinpoint that of the 8 gallant government officials who lost their lives as a result of illegal mining. This should tell us how serious this issue is. And you see, I was quite disappointed when I heard some of the NPP officials claiming this is a political arrest. And I asked myself, how is this political arrest? if we want to continue with this trend, it means we will not arrest anybody. And we kept saying that the people we see on ground mining in our forest reserves, they are not the people we need to arrest. The people we need to arrest are the financiers of this illegal miners on site. Because it is believed that this illegal miners is being financed by unknown forces. And those forces to me are no ghosts, they are humans. Those forces are government officials. There are cases where allegedly political leaders were being pinpointed that they were involved in illegal mining. And you see, this whole thing is trying to paint one picture. That sometimes politicians are being forced to show their own. That is because of the benefits they gain from these people. Because tell me why the then president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo looked Ghanaians in the eyes and told us that Akunta mining was not involved in illegal mining. Once the evidence were clear, does that mean that the then Minister of Lands and Natural Resources was a liar? Tell me why you go into a forest to mine without authorization, to the extent that you give access to 2 people to mine, in addition of 28 others. So it looks as if, as at that time, Appeal Wontumi thought the country was under his care. We saw instances where he sat on a live show displaying raw gold. He said this is gold. And he even threatened that no one can arrest him. So it should tell you that he knew what he was doing. And I personally believe that even some of the NPP faithfuls knows that this was what he was doing. But because of the gain they were, milking, how they milk from him, or because of what they gained from him, they were shielding him. You see, the conviction of Appeal Wontumi yesterday came as a surprise to many. And that is because we've been in this country and we've seen instances where sometimes the evidences are clear that this person is involved in this act. But at the end of the day, the person is being granted a bail or the person is being fined and then it ends there. And so this 20 years, for me, he deserved it. He deserved it because it will serve as a deterrent to others. We cannot continue losing lives. We cannot continue destroying our forest reserves. Go and see the site where Akunta mining has taken over the forest. Go and see it has been destroyed. Yesterday, I was seeing a video, a whole documentary that was made by Joy News, and it was an eyesore. It was an eyesore due to this same illegal mining. Anytime it rains, the people in that particular community are not safe. And that is because of, it's as a result of one selfish being. Because of gold. Because of gold. It should tell you that this current administration is ready to arrest anybody at all. And I hope that even if it is an NDC official that is being caught, they should be arrested. Because the law does not favor politicians. The law does not even favor the ordinary Ghanaian. The law is for everybody. And if the law states that if you are being caught stealing, there should be the fine 5 years, whether a politician, whether you are the son of the president, whoever you are, you need to serve it. And that is what we term as a lawful country. And that is what is being termed as a country in which the law is functional. The law is not biased. This is not the time where we should be calling for travesty of justice. We are not going to temper any justice with mercy. We are not. We wouldn't do that. And that wouldn't be on the safer side of we the Ghanaians. And you see, to all those politicians, if you're in office today and you feel like you have the whole world, You feel like you have the whole world. There is a day of judgment. There is a day of judgment. No matter how it tarries, there is a day of judgment. And that day you'll be surprised. You'll be there alone. When Appeal Wontumi was flouting the gold and all that, and people were talking, we had a lot of politicians that were backing him up. Yesterday, when he was standing in the court with Clarkett, he was there alone. There was no one with him in that box. He was there alone. And as he is in Sawom, he is there alone. He wasn't there with he is not there with anybody. So this should serve as a deterrent to others. As for this one there, it's a president who change. That is good. But we pray that it doesn't end here. It will continue. If you're not ready to do the right thing, God created you to destroy. If God created you to destroy, then be ready. Because we will not allow you to destroy us. We will first destroy you before you destroy us. So please, there should be a caution to all politicians out there. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Girl.